What's good YouTube? Gunner here, and today I've got an opening and review of the Link Strike starter deck. And then check out my channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. Alright, so this here guys is the starter deck for the new Link Strike format that's gonna basically be the new thing for Yu-Gi-Oh. Alright, so let's get into the back of this starter deck. Alright, so it reads, this starter deck has everything you need to learn how to duel with your friends, including a ready-to-play deck and a beginner's guide to teach you the basics of dueling, including the all-new Link Summoning. It's time to duel in a brand new era. Alright, and then here we got the list of spells, traps, extra deck, and regular monsters. So this comes with 38 common cards, 2 ultra rare cards, 3 super rare cards, 1 beginner's guide, and 1 game mat with new extra monster zones. Alright. Okay, cool. So let's get into this, guys. Alright, so definitely this whole new Link Summoning is, obviously going to take over the game. I think it's both good and bad. Some decks, rely heavily on bringing out monsters, 2, 3, 4 monsters in one turn. Link Summoning is going to be a little tougher because, you're going to have to first bring out your Link monster and then bring, special summon all your monsters off of that. So it's definitely going to slow down the game. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily, but alright. Let's set this to the side. Here's the rule book. Definitely you're going to want to definitely get into this rule book, try to memorize it. At least, try your best to memorize it. I'm pretty sure not everyone's got this thing memorized. Right here's where they talk about Link monsters. So they talk about the Link arrows, the Link material, the Link ratings, and basically how to Link summon here. So definitely, you definitely want to go over that section of the book. All right, so definitely keep this. Don't go throwing it away. You definitely want to keep this. All right, and then here we got the new playmat. Basically, the old playmats are basically the same thing. There's only a couple differences here. So the pendulum zones are actually down here. They moved it from like this point here, and then this point over here. Where is it? Right here. Sorry, can't really get all that in the camera. Yeah, so basically it used to be here, the pendulum zones, and then they actually went and moved it down here to the spell and trap card zones. Basically, I mean, I like it like that just because it makes it, the field a little more simpler, a little more structured. And then right up here, the top left and right, well, more like middle top, middle right. This is where your extra monster zone go. So typically people, in one turn can special summon monsters all over here. Now you have to bring one monster here. So if you brought like an Xyz monster here, I'm pretty sure you can't bring any other ones to any other zones. So that's the way they stop it. They stop like those crazy boards in one turn. Now you have to bring out your Link monster, and then whatever zone that Link monster points to, say it's Link Spider where it just points down, you can only put another extra monster card from your extra deck here, and then Decode Talker points here and here. So then that opens up 2 spots for your extra deck monsters. So I definitely think that's pretty good. I like it. Yeah. So that's the whole new playmat. Hopefully they come out with a nice rubberized version of this. I've seen a couple online on Amazon. They're going for about like 30. I don't know. I believe like 35, 40 bucks. That's that's pretty pricey. But hopefully more manufacturers come out, make more, and you can get one relatively cheaper than 40 bucks. But if you got that money to spend on it, go ahead and go for it. All right, so that's it for the playmat. All right, here's the deck. Let's go ahead and get into this. All right. All right. Let's get this thing open. All right, here we go. Nice. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. Alright, so right here, this is basically one of your boss monsters. This is a really good card. So let's see. Did I focus? Alright. So it's Link Slayer, alright? So Link Slayer is a 5-star Earth monster. So basically what Link Slayer does is if you control no monsters, you can special summon him right out of your hand. That's awesome. So basically like a Cyber Dragon. But what makes it better than Cyber Dragon, for one, is that Cyber Dragon needs your opponent to have monsters to special summon him. With Link Slayer, it all depends on you. So if you don't have no monsters on him, these are straight up a free summon. So that's already better than Cyber Dragon. And then also, he actually has a second effect that once per turn, you can discard up to 2 cards and destroy that many Spell Trap cards on the field. So, that's awesome, because if your opponent goes first, he puts down 1 or 2 trap cards down, or whatever he does. You can just discard 1 to 2 cards from your hand and destroy it. So that's really awesome. What really makes this card really good. And he's actually a Cyberse monster, which is the new archetype in this like format or whatever. It's coming out obviously in the starter deck, and I know there's some in the Code of the Duelist booster box. So yeah, so that's Link Spider for you. Really good card. All right. So here we got Deco Talker. This is this the main man, the boss monster of the deck. It's actually a pretty good card, and I could see a lot of different decks running this Link monster just because he's versatile. So basically, to bring him out, it says 2+ effect monsters, right? So the reason they say that is because you can run 2 regular effect monsters. Like, let's say you have 2 Link Slayers on the field, and then let's say you have a Link Spider on the field, right? At that point, you can get rid of 2 of those effect monsters plus that Link Spider to bring out Deco Talker. So that's really good. But let's say you don't have another Link monster on the field, you'd have to use 3 effect monsters. So if you have 3 Link Link Slayers, then you get rid of those 3 to bring out Deco Talker. So that's basically how you would special summon him. So these points right here in the top and then left and right, these 2 down here, they all point to a monster card zone. So if you have yours in the regular monster card zone, he'll point to your opponent's side, and then these 2 will point into the other monster card zones on your field, right? So what he does is he gains 500 attack for each monster it points to. So at maximum, he'll get 1500 attack if you have 2 monsters on your side of the field that he's pointing to, plus 1 your opponent controls. He'll get 1500 attack, which is really awesome. That's a lot of power that this card can get. That it can get up to. And then he also has another effect that you contribute this card. Actually, let me read this. Okay, so when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control, you contribute 1 monster this card points to, negate the activation if you do destroy that card, and it's a quick effect. A lot of people want to think that, oh, if he's pointing to my opponent's monster, can I activate that effect, pop his opponent, your opponent's monster, and get the effect off? You can't do that. It has to be one of your monsters that he's pointing to in order to activate that effect. That would be pretty crazy if you could pop your own opponent's monster. But, obviously you can't. So, that's Deco Talker. Awesome card, man. Here we got Ram Clouder. He's definitely a really good card, too. Just to get this out here, the ultra rare version of these new cards are actually pretty sweet. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's actually pretty awesome. I really like it. Sorry that I had to get that out. But anyway, Ram Clouder, a 4-star light monster. It's also a Cyberse effect. So another way, he's definitely another card that you can use to bring out Deco Talker. So what he does is you contribute 1 monster, then target 1 Cyberse monster in your graveyard, and you can special summon it. You can only do that effect once per turn. So this is definitely a really good card. From me reading this, it says you can tribute 1 monster, so I'm pretty sure you can pop him to get that effect. So that's really good too. let's say you have a Deco Talker in the grave. Let's say you let's say you normal summon him, right? You can activate his effect. You can tribute one monster. You can pop him and get your Deco Talker back. So that's awesome. All right, that's Ram Clouder. Then here we got Honeybot, another light monster, Cyberus Link effect. Excuse me, sorry. So to bring out Honeybot, she's actually more specific. You have to actually have two Cyberus monsters. So regardless effect or normal, or obviously Link, you can bring her out. So her effect is neither player can target monsters on the monsters this card points to with card effects, and then also those monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. So she's good if you can get her, on your monster card zone rather than the extra deck zone, because her arrows point left and right. All right. So I mean, it's a decent card if you're running a Cyberus, specific deck, or running a decent amount of Cyberus somewhere in your deck to be able to specifically bring her out. It's a 1900, takes two cards to bring them out, to bring her out, sorry. And then for Deco Talker, you actually need 3, if I didn't mention that already. Yeah, so that's Honeybot. And then here we got Link Spider. It's a Earth monster, Cyberus also. It's an effect, and it's also Link, obviously, because of the blue. His arrow actually just points straight down, which is pretty good. So when you bring him out, once per turn, you can special summon one level 4 or lower normal monster from your hand to the zone this card points to. So you bring him out, then you bring out another normal summon at the bottom, to where he's pointing at. And then he's super easy to bring out because it's just one normal monster. So really, really easy to bring out in this starter deck. Alright, and that's Link Spider. Okay. And then here we got Bitron. Really good card. Cyberus also, level 2. 2000 defense, really powerful. Here we got Draconet. This card actually works really well with Bitron. Also a Cyberus 3-star effect monster. So these two combo really well with each other because Draconet actually works like this. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon one level 2 or lower normal monster from your deck or hand or deck in defense position. So if you have, all you need to do is have one Draconet, bring them out. You can bring Bitron out from your deck, right? So then you have 2 monsters, right? Let's say you want to bring out Link Spider, right? All you gotta do is get rid of Bitron, bring out Link Spider. If let's say you have another Bitron in your hand, you can special summon that Bitron, and then you can actually keep on special summoning from that point, because they're both Cyberus. So at that point, you could actually go and bring out Honeybot if you wanted. So yeah, that's definitely a nice little synergy between these two cards. Then here we got Galaxy Serpent, a 2-star light monster. It's a Dragon Tuner, 1000 attack, 0 defense, decent card. Mystery Shell Dragon, good card, 2000 attack, 4-star normal, really good card. Here we got Beast King Barbaros. I actually really like this card. What I like about this card is you can normal summon or set this card without tributing, but its original attack becomes 1900, right? And then if some way you were able to tribute 3 monsters to bring them out, you can only bring them out like in attack mode. You can't actually set this card. So when you do that, he actually destroys your opponent's cards. Yeah, destroy all your opponent's cards. So that's awesome. It's basically a straight up board wipe. It's like Dark Hole plus like Harpy's Feather Duster all in one card. If you could, manage to pop 3 cards for him. So that's definitely really good. What I really like about this card, actually a nice little combo, is with Call the Haunted. Because if you bring him out and he gets destroyed, right, he goes into the graveyard, and then on your next turn you activate Call the Haunted, you can call the Haunted him back to the field, and he's coming back with 3000 attack. So that's really good and really powerful. So I definitely recommend running this dude in your deck. Okay, then here we got Cyber Dragon, Machine Light, level 5 on his stars. So if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Really good card. I love Cyber Dragon. Like I said, this card really only is good for second turn because your opponent most likely will have a monster out. So yeah. Then here we got Photon Thrasher, another pretty good card, 4-star. So with this card, you cannot normal summon or set this card. Must first be special summoned from your hand while you control no monsters. And then cannot attack if you control another monster. That's that's the only bad part. But yeah, it's a 2100 attack card. Say there's only one in your hand, you can bring him out, and he's gonna be tearing it up. All right. Then here we got Exarion Universe, another 4-star card. Beast Warrior, it's another effect card. It's 1800, 1900 defense. So basically what he does is during your battle step, if this card attacks a defense position monster, you can make this card lose exactly 400 attack, and if it does, it will inflict piercing damage, and then these effects last until the end of the turn. Decent card, not bad. Here we got Evil Swarm Mandagora. Definitely a good card, 4-star. It's a 1550 attack, 1450 defense. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. So that's actually pretty good. It's basically just another twist on like Cyber Dragon and what was that other card? And Photon Thrasher. It's another little spin on it. So that's all right. Marauding Captain, really good. You normal summon him, he gets you another normal summon from your hand. Definitely really good. Sangan, another really good card. This is the one with the Errata, whatever it's called. So what this card does is, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand, but you cannot activate cards or effects of cards with that name for the rest of the turn. You can only activate Sangan once per turn. Then we got Curry Bandit, good card. Marshmallow, really good card. It's a light 3-star. It's another effect. You just put them face down defense. Your opponent goes over and attacks them. They'll lose 1,000. Plus, he can't get destroyed by battle. Really good. Then we got Carcardi, another good card. So what this card does is he cannot be special summoned. So during your main phase 1, if this card was normal summoned this turn, you contribute this card to draw 2 cards. Then it becomes the end phase. So pretty good card if you need to draw a couple extra cards. Raikou Light Sworn Hunter, another good card. It's also a flip effect card. So when you flip him, you can destroy 1 card on the field. And then he also sends the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Alright. Then we got Battle Fader, another really good card. Your opponent attacks you directly. Play Battle Fader, gets put on. You put him in defense mode and ends the battle phase. Swift Scarecrow, another good card. When your opponent monster declares a direct attack, you can discard this card to negate the attack and end the battle phase. Another really good card. Effect Veiler, another awesome card. It's a tuner, spellcaster, 1-star. So during your opponent's main phase, this effect is a quick effect. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target 1 effect monster your opponent controls. That phase of monster your opponent controls has its effects negated until the end turn. So really powerful card, really awesome card. Signet Universe is the new field spell for Link monsters. So what it does is all Link monsters you control gain 300 attack. Very awesome. And then once per turn, you can target 1 monster in the graveyard, shuffle it into the deck. If this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, send all monsters in the extra monster zone to the graveyard. So that's really good if you want to get rid of something your opponent has pretty powerful on the board. This card's really good because once per turn, you can bring a card back into the deck and shuffle it. Really good. So that's definitely a good card. Monster Reincarnation. You pitch a card to get a card from the grave back into your hand. Dark Hole wipes everything out. Mystical Space Typhoon pops a back row. Book of Moon, good card. You target a face-up monster on the field. You change it to a face-down defense position. Definitely good for offense and defense. Forbidden Lance, another really good card. Target 1 face-up monster on the field. This turn, that target loses 800 attack, but is unaffected by the effects of other spell cards. This is actually really good because if you think about it, right, you can actually, let's say you have a powerful monster on the field, right? You could use Forbidden Lance to equip it to that card. It'll lose 100, but if you have a Dark Hole in your hand, you can play Dark Hole, wipe everything else off the field except that card because Forbidden Lance protects it. So that's a nice little combo. Really, really sweet. Then here we got United We Stand. Equip card, really powerful. Pot of Duality. This is definitely a good card. So you excavate the top 3 cards of your deck. Add one of them to your hand. The other 2 get shuffled back into the deck. And then for the rest of that turn, you can't special summon. So that's the only, it's a little unfortunate. But if you, a good thing to do, in my opinion, would be to get all your special summons out of the way first, and then play Pot of Duality as the last possible thing that you can do, and then get whatever you need. But if this is what you need to do in the beginning of the turn, just know that you can't special summon. Then we got Burden of the Mighty. Pretty good card. Each face-up monster your opponent controls loses 100 attack times its own level. Pretty powerful. Supply Squad, another continuous spell card. Pretty good. So once per turn, if a monster you control is destroyed by battle, you get to draw a card. Then here we got Terraforming to search out that Signet universe. Yeah, it's called Signet Universe, I believe, right? Just make sure. Yeah, Signet Universe. Then here we got Jar of Avarice. Definitely a really good card. So you target 5 cards in your graveyard, and you shuffle those 5 back into the deck, and then you draw 1 card. Really, really good. This basically just recycles all the cards that you already used, so that's awesome. Call the Haunted, like I stated earlier in the video, works really well with Beast King Barbaros. Definitely a really good card. Mirror Force, awesome. Definitely a really good staple. Then here we got Tyranno Tribute. Trap card, basically just like Dark Hole, pops everything on the field. Ring of Destruction, another really good card. Bottomless Trap Hole, really good. Your opponent brings out 1500 or more attack. Monster, you destroy it, and then it gets banished. Awesome. Compulsive Evacuation Device, pop any card, it goes back to the hand. Fiendish Chain, really good card. You can activate this card by targeting 1 effective monster on the field, negate its effect. Face up. Also cannot attack. Awesome card. Then we got Dark Bribe here. Alright. So that's it, guys. That's the whole deck profile for the starter deck Link Strike. In my opinion, this starter deck is actually really good. It has a lot of really good staple cards. I mean, if you want to go to regionals with this type of thing, or to your locals, you could do it. I wouldn't recommend it. But if you just want to pick up this card just for all the staples that are in here, Dark Holes, Mirror Force, Terraforming, even Link Slayer, you can probably throw him in different decks. Same thing for Draconet, and then other staples like your Fiendish Chain or whatever the case may be. This starter deck is super cheap, between $8 to $10, and you get a lot of really good staples. It's totally worth it. In my opinion, it's totally worth to get this deck. If you want to get 3 copies of it, even better. If you want to get 10 copies, even better. Whatever. All these staples are really, really good and definitely worth it, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure this Decode Talker is going for like $3 to $4 on Amazon. I don't know who's actually going out there and buying it, but if you don't want to, if you just want to buy one starter deck and then just get, the singles after that, this card is actually it's worth it. It's if you were to go out and just buy a whole case of these just to sell the Decode Talkers or just to sell the other staple commons, you're definitely gonna be making your money back. It's totally worth it, in my opinion. So thank you for watching the video. Definitely trying my best, with my content. Lately, I'm definitely trying to, build something here, and I really appreciate the subscribers that I have. And like I said, just let me know if you guys want to see any other deck profiles or any other unboxing, whether it's starter decks, structure decks, whether it's tins or a booster box, whatever it is. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'm definitely here for you guys. And you know, it's definitely really fun for me to do, and you know, I'm really digging this game. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Oh, also, just to let you guys know, if you ended up staying all the way to the end of this video, I'm actually coming out with a budget deck profile for this Link Strike starter deck. So definitely be on the lookout for that. All right, like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Later.